Hello everybody and welcome back to Meet My Brown's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making up some homemade flatbread pizza. I'm going to make it two-sided, so on one side it'll just be a cheese pizza and on the other side there'll be a veggie pizza. So I have some onions, peppers, tomatoes that I'm going to slice up. I have some olives that I'm going to slice up, and I'm going to use some mozzarella on my side of the pizza, and then for my kids I'm going to just use some sharp cheddar. Okay, so I'm gonna make my own dough. So I'm gonna get these veggies sliced up, put in a bowl, and then I'm gonna start working on my pizza dough. Now, because I'm making it for myself and my children, I'm gonna incorporate a banana into the dough. So you'll see that in a few minutes once I get started. But yeah, give me a few minutes and I'll be back with that. Okay, family, I'm back. Now I just measured out 1.5 cups of the self-rising flour. I got my banana all mashed up. I actually put it in a food processor with a little bit of hot water. I turned my kettle on to get the water nice and hot, and I mixed the banana in that hot water, and I poured it in this bowl right here. I got my veggies all chopped up, and this is my flour. Now I'm getting ready to season my flour. So I'm gonna pour my flour into this bowl. Go ahead and get started. And then I'm gonna add to that some salt. Try not to pour too much. Just a nice amount to make sure we get a nice tasty dough. I'm gonna use a little bit of this all-purpose seasoning, which is just a little bit of onion powder, garlic powder, and some parsley flakes. And then a little Italian herb. So get that in there. Now this is into the dough. And then we're gonna pour in some olive oil. Okay. So give me a few minutes, I'll get it mixed up and we'll go from there. Okay, so here's my dough. All mixed up. It kind of looks like a cookie dough would look with butter chopped up in it. So what I'm gonna do now is I poured up another 1/2 cup of the flour, and I have my banana. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the bananas to the mixture, and I'll pour in about half, and we'll stir it up and see what the consistency looks like. And then we'll add the flour accordingly. So give me a few minutes and get this all mixed up really nice like, and then I'll come back. Okay, so this is the flour mixture all mixed up. And I kind of would like to use all of the banana. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to do that. And I'll just, I do have some flour left in that 1/2 cup. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the rest of this banana, get it into the bowl. Then we'll mix in that flour, and then we'll get it out to roll. Okay, so give me a few minutes and we'll do that. Okay, so I have my dough ball all formed, and if you look closely you can see all of the herbs in the dough ball, and it's really pretty. It smells really nice too. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna press it out with my hands. Maybe even, I don't have a rolling pin, but maybe even I'll use a glass that I have and kind of help to roll it out as well. So I'm trying to get it to at least about 12 inches. So if you need to, you would flour, your surface or your dough to make sure that it's working with you to spread it out. Okay. Now I have a pizza pan. I'm gonna heat my oven to about 425 degrees. I might even take it up to 450. So I'm gonna take it up to 450. And once I get it pressed out, we'll top it and we'll get it into the oven. But give me a few minutes and let me get this all pressed out, rolled out. Okay, I'm back and I got my dough pressed out. So I floured my surface and I pressed it out on one side and then turned it over, floured the surface again and pressed it out again, and I shaped around the edges. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I kind of rounded out those edges. And now I have my baking pan, my pizza pan, and I'm gonna go ahead and lift up the dough and get it onto my pizza pan so that I can start layering my toppings. I'll say, okay, so give me a few minutes. I'm gonna move the dough onto the pan and I'll be back and we'll start topping. Okay, so I got my pizza on my pizza pan. Now what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna poke holes into the dough just to make sure that it gets nice and cooked all the way through. Taking a fork and just poking nice holes throughout the dough just to make sure that it cooks all the way through. Okay, just like that. Just like this. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour on a little olive oil and then we'll start putting on our spaghetti sauce. So I'm just gonna pour on just a little bit of olive oil. I'm gonna take a spoon and just kind of spread it out a bit. There's plenty of oil in the dough itself, but I'm just gonna put a little extra olive oil in there. Make sure we get a nice flaky crust. Okay. Nice. Okay, very nice. Okay, very nice. Okay, so now I'm gonna put on a layer of the spaghetti sauce. And it'll also keep the dough from being soggy from the sauce, that barrier with the oil. That's my oven. I did preheat it for 425. That way we can, you know, if it needs extra time, we can watch it and make sure that it doesn't burn. But definitely that it cooks thoroughly. Okay. So you use the spaghetti sauce of your choice. Yeah. That you like. But I'm gonna get a little sweetness from that banana that I added to the crust, to the dough. And that's for my kids. So this is definitely kid friendly. And it doesn't take that long to put together either. I mean, it's not, I didn't have to use yeast or anything like that. So yeah, this is a quick meal. Everyone loves pizza. I know your kids love pizza. And you don't have to sacrifice anything because they can have one end of it, you can have the other. Or they can have one side, you can have the other. And I was definitely able to stretch it out to about 12 inches. Okay, see? Beautiful. All right, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and start with the toppings. I'm gonna go ahead and use my side and start topping. So I have olives, I have onions, I have peppers. All sliced up. Beautiful. And I also have some tomatoes that I sliced up. And that'll be for my side of the pizza. And you can use whatever toppings that you like. I wish I'd had some mushrooms because I'd have put some mushrooms on there too. But these jalapenos, bell peppers, onions, olives, and tomatoes will do just fine. Okay, these are my tomatoes going on now. And I'm gonna use some mozzarella for my side of the pizza. And I'm gonna use some cheddar cheese for the other side of the pizza. Okay, so I believe I'm satisfied with that. I'm just gonna go ahead and put on a layer of that cheddar cheese. And that's subject to what you like. If you want more cheese than that, roll it out. Pour it on. If you want pepperonis, you want sausage, get some sausage and pepperonis on top of this pizza. But today we're just gonna go with a little cheddar cheese on one side. Beautiful. And then I'm gonna get some mozzarella on the other side. Beautiful. Okay, so we'll let the pizza stay in the oven for about 10 minutes before we check it. And yeah, 10 minutes ought to do it, give or take a few minutes. So give me that and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back and I just took the pizza out of the oven. It stayed in for a total of 15 minutes. And she is beautiful, honey. Look at that. Okay, so I'm about ready to serve lunch. So you guys enjoy my pizza recipe. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll check you in the next video.